Hello chess friends and welcome to Jozarov's chess channel and welcome to the Grand Chess Tour in 2019 in Croatia, Zagreb. So I'm really honored that, really one of the best chess tournaments in history is taking place here in Croatia, in my homeland, here in my capital town, in Zagreb, and it's really unbelievable that we have now 12 players really playing this top tournament. We have Hikaru Nakamura, Magnus Carlsen, Fabiano Caruana, Jan Nepomniachtchi, Sergei Karjakin, Vishwanathan Anand, Wesley So, Shakriyar, Mamedyarov, Levon Aronyan. I'm sorry if I've forgotten anyone, but really, I'm really excited. And yesterday it was sort of a meeting. It was the introduction yesterday here in Zagreb, and I went to Zagreb and I had the opportunity to meet all of these top grandmasters, and I wanted to show you some pictures. But I've really played some tactics on this top grandmasters because I went here with my baby boy and my son. His name is Levon. He's named after this top grandmaster Levon Aronyan. And I was standing in front of the door, and I was waiting for all of these top grandmasters to go out, and then I asked them for some pictures, and maybe they wouldn't even take some pictures with me if it only would have been me. But when they saw my baby boy, who is of course a cute one, they couldn't resist, and they agreed to take the picture. So here's really a cool picture with top grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura. I had the opportunity to play once against him. He crushed me in 20 moves, so maybe one time I'll show you that game. I wanted to show another picture. It was here with Sergei Karjakin. Sergei also seems like a cool guy. He said, no problem, let's take the picture. Of course we can take that, and I wish him also all of the best in the continuation of the tournament. Here we have Wesley So, also very cool guy, so very happy to take the picture with him also. So here we have the picture with Fabiano Caruana. So I played some tactics on Caruana also. When he saw my baby boy, he couldn't resist. He had to take the picture, of course. Fabiano Caruana, really a decent guy. He seems so nice. It's unbelievable. He's such a great guy, I think, when in private. And one of the most important things that happened to me, I met Levon Aronyan, and here I told him that I named my son after him, and he was really surprised. Maybe he didn't know that he's popular here in Croatia. At least for me, he's a popular chess player, and I always considered him to maybe be a world champion material. But okay, we'll see, and I wished him all of the best. I congratulated him for the win in the Elder Box Blitz tournament, in which he really crushed Magnus Carlsen. So I told him really that he can win this tournament, and I really hope that he win this one. And here we have also, of course, Vishy Anand. Here the Vishy Anand, really a great guy. Also, you see, he's almost 50 years old, and he's still playing top grandmaster chess. He's still unbreakable. So also, I wish him all of the best in the continuation of the tournament. So let's see now. Well, of course, you ask yourself if you have a picture with Magnus Carlsen. Here's I get also. So Magnus Carlsen fell also for the tactics that I've prepared with my baby boy, so he had to take the picture. Thank you, Magnus, also for this great picture. Here on the right side is my brother, and on the left side this is my nephew. We of course are all chess players, but I want you also to see the look on my baby's boy, maybe my face of my son. He's almost telling Magnus Carlsen, one day I'll beat you in chess. So I hope he'll share the love for chess like I do. And I have also a picture with Maurice. He's also a cool guy. He's of course happy to take some pictures. He's a famous guy in the chess world. He of course is taking good care of this television programs, and on chesscom he's really cool, and he always shares good knowledge, and his contribution to the chess world, I think, is also a great one. So what I also wanted to show you here is a picture with Magnus Carlsen and my nephew, also great memory. So as said, I wanted to thank all of these top grandmasters for taking pictures with me. My brother has more pictures in the continuation of the tournament. I'll show you also, and maybe I'll get some tickets also, so I can follow it live, be there, and take some pictures while they're playing chess. And from this first round, I wanted to show you a game played by Shakriyar Mamedyarov against Sergei Karjakin. It was really wow. When I saw the game, I told myself, wow, what the hell is going on here on the board? Let's see the game. It was really an aggressive and tactical game. So we have here d4 by Shakriyar Mamedyarov, knight on f6 by Karjakin, c4 and e6. The Nimzo Indian. Here Shakriyar Mamedyarov goes into this most aggressive line with knight on c3, and we have of course b4. Bishop on b4, and this is of course the main idea in the Nimzo Indian, to take out the knight, doubling out pawns and create a blocking system on dark squares with d6, e5 and similar stuff. Meanwhile, while we do that, of course we want to have a very nice control with this light square bishop here on this diagonal. So f3 was played, and well, this is now this Qmoch variation of the Nimzo Indian with f3, with the preparation to play e4, and here Karjakin plays of course c5. This is an aggressive way to challenge white center immediately, and now we have d5. Of course, from black's perspective, you should never take this pawn on d5. We are waiting a little bit with keeping the tension in the center. After c takes d5, in the continuation e4 can be played, and white will have a nice center. This spinning idea is not so important anymore, because after b takes c3 we would have then another pawn which can support even more this very powerful center. So that's why after d5 here castling say played by Karjakin, and we have now e4. You see, white is building sort of a sameish attack setup, like the sameish attacking the king's Indian with f3, e4, d5 and c4, and here Karjakin plays b5. It's unbelievable. It's really aggressive line, and when I saw this move, I knew immediately that something wild will happen in the game. We have now e5, which is the most common way, and in 2013 Levon Aronin and Sergei Karjakin played the same line. The game ended in a draw, and here well, Karjakin decides to sack the knight in move 7. So it's unbelievable. Great preparation here by Sergei Karjakin. E takes d5, we have e takes f6, and now d4. And here of course Shakriyar Mamedyarov plays the move a3 in order to kick away this bishop, which creates the spin. Bishop on a5 was played, and now b4. If you try something like c takes b4, this is not good for black, because then you get knight on d5. And if you try something like b takes a3 in order to create a check, we can play bishop on d2, or even king on f2. We'll stay with this very nice centralized knight. You cannot take anymore with the queen this f6 pawn, because the knight is protecting, so you would even more weaken your king side. So of course this is a completely winning endgame here for white. So that's why after b4 here d takes c3 was played, and now b takes a5. And you see now, well, let's evaluate the position a little bit. White is a piece up, but white has the king in the center. Here Sergei Karjakin still has very powerful attacks, and here of course queen on f6 was played, with the idea to play c2 and really liberate this diagonal for the queen and grab this rook. So that's why here queen on d5 was played first with a counter attack on the rook, and now we have rook on e8. Of course, first the check, and now king on f2. If you try something like bishop on e2, you see how great this tactical line by Sergei Karjakin is, this tactical preparation. Well, black can simply continue here with knight on c6, and here if you try something like c takes b5, Then you get first rook on e5. The queen has to move, maybe here to c4, and here you have knight on d4. You see, black is continuing the attack on this very weak bishop on e2. The king is still endangered. If you try something like king on f2 in order to hide with the king, you have bishop on b7, h4 can be the continuation, maybe to avoid some queen on h4 checks, and now bishop on d5 is a powerful move. The queen has to move here on d3 or on c3, but now we can bring another attacker into the game. You see white problems. Now we have a powerful battery on the e-file with the support of this knight. Basically what we have to do is bring also the queen in the attack on the e-file. Bishop on g5 was could be the continuation, but you see queen on e6, not a problem. If bishop on f4, rook takes, rook knight takes, after trades of pieces here on the e-file, black is simply better because we have a monstrous knight here, and here we can play simply rook on b2, grab this pawn. We have a powerful center here with these 3 pawns in the center. In the next move we can also take this pawn. If white doesn't play carefully, we can even try c2, which is also deadly. So that's why you see after rook on e8, well, king on f2 was played. Not so easy, not an easy decision to because if you try to put something in between, you see you have developing problems. The king on f2 is now secured for a while, but you see Sergei Karjakin will try to attack. He plays, of course, the move c2, and this c2 now liberates the diagonal with an attack on the rook. So rook on a2 had to be played, and now bishop on b7, also very powerful idea. If you try something like queen on b7, then queen on d4 is deadly. You have to play king on g3, because you cannot play something like bishop on e3. You get simple takes, and you can simply take here also with the queen, but if you try something like king on g3, then we can play simply queen on e5, and here after bishop on f4, that's what I meant. You can simply take the bishop, and here if the king takes, here we can promote another queen. So if here f4 is played, then you have queen on e1. You see also dangerous idea. King on h3 would be the continuation, but now queen takes on f1. If you take the rook, we can simply take another bishop. Queen on d5, maybe queen on f4, here rook on c2, but now we can play some checks and grab the rook here. So you see deep tactical preparation here by Sergei Karjakin. So that's why also here queen on d2. So not taking this bishop on b7, and here Sergei Karjakin took b takes c4. And you see now we have now 4 pawns, although this pawns on the same file will triple pawn situation here on the c file, but black can build really sort of a powerful center, although with a piece down. Still with this powerful center, white could have some troubles, because we still haven't developed this knight, the bishop, and the rook. So here rook on c2 was played, and now we have d5 by Karjakin. Now we have fixed the position in the center. We have 3 dangerous pawns, and if you don't play correctly, you may get crushed by these pawns. Bishop on b2 was played by Shakriyar Mamedyarov, and now queen on h4, g3, of course, and now queen on e7. This is a good move, because we are staying on this very important e-file. If the queen moves, of course, we have some dangerous threats with queen on e3. Knight on e2 was played by Mamedyarov, knight on c6, and here very powerful move. A6. This is a very good move by Shakriyar Mamedyarov, because if you would have taken immediately here after knight on c6, if you take the pawn here immediately on d5, then you get knight on d4 with the discovered attack on the queen. You have to take here the pawn on c4, but now queen on e3, very powerful move. King on e1 would be the continuation. Now knight on f3, really deadly situation here. King on d1, rook on d8, and you have to basically bring something in between. We can simply take, and the queen has to take here. We can simply take if the king moves here, then we have here even checkmate on a1. So you see deep tactical preparation. So that's why here a6 first by Shakriyar Mamedyarov, very powerful move, because bishop on a6 had to be played, and now we can take the pawn on d5. Now we don't have any more the discovered threats by the knight. Bishop on b7 was played with the same idea, of course, to play again knight on d4. But now Shakriyar Mamedyarov goes with the queen on e4. We have knight on b4 here by Sergei Karjakin. Very interesting move. Queen takes on e7 was played, and now knight on d3, which leads now into forced drawish line, because if you try something like king on e3, that's not good, because you get rook takes on e7. You have to move the king here. The other rook can come here on the d file. If you try king on c3 in order to escape, then you get rook on e3. Again, nice preparation here by Karjakin. If you try something like king on d2 again, then we have doubling up rooks on the e file. Knight on b5, knight on c3 could be the continuation, but now we can simply take this pawn. Here bishop takes now c takes d3 could be the continuation. Rook on c1, but now rook on f2 is really dangerous, because if you take, then you have bishop on a6. If you try something like knight on b5, you see, I think, of course, black is simple better here with 2 pawns up. I think it's completely winning. So you see, very nice preparation here. So that's why here after knight on d3, king on g2 was played. But now you see knight on e2, knight on e1 is the continuation. If you move the king again, then we have some perpetual checks. But if you move the king here on h3, then we can simply take again the queen. If rook takes on c4, we have bishop on f3. This is really deadly, because the bishop comes now into the game with some activity. Rook on g1, we can simply take. If rook takes on c5, knight on f3 could be the continuation. Bishop takes on e2, rook takes on e2, and again I think black is simply better with pawn up. With this activity of the knight and the rook, it's perfectly fine. So that's why here you see king on f2 had to be played, and here Sergei Karjakin played on this perpetual checks, and it was a draw. So great draw, I think. Although it ended in the draw, I am really satisfied with this game. I'm really happy that they played so actively, they played so accurate. Really unbelievable tactical preparation here by Sergei Karjakin with black pieces. It's okay to gain a draw, and I congratulate both of the players. Great game, I think. Great draw for the beginning of this tournament. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this game. We'll continue to follow the Grand Chess Tour in 2019 in Zagreb with some more games, with some, I hope, some great games. And meanwhile, you can watch my other common chess games with some other common chess games from past tournaments. And you can also watch my best chess games of all time, in which I show you all the best chess games that have been ever played in chess history. And you can also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, guys, and chess is the best, of course.